night, the Buffalo Common Council passed a new city budget. It comes after a series of hearings and discussions with city departments, and it brings changes to the mayor's original proposal. And joining me now in studio for the 5:30 is Buffalo Common Council President Christopher Scanlon. This budget comes with a property tax hike, but the council was able to bring it down from what was originally proposed.
Yeah, thank you, Claudine. Thanks for having me. Yeah, the original proposal had a 9% tax increase to the tax levy. But ultimately, through discussions, we were able to negotiate that down, and thankfully, the end user, the resident, the homeowner, will only see a 4.1% increase to their tax rate.
What other changes will residents see as a result of this budget that you all passed?
Yeah, one of the things we have to balance as a municipality is the revenue you bring in and the services that you provide. Obviously, we have to provide enough adequate services to the city residents. One of the conversations was whether we take recycling to an every other week scenario. We were able to fight back a little bit, negotiate with the administration, and keep recycling at a weekly rate, at a weekly pickup. I think that was big for the residents, things of that nature. And then reducing some positions throughout city government, eliminating those and other things to kind of line that up with the new tax rate and how much we'll be bringing in with property taxes.
A little different. I know this is your first time as council president overseeing this budget. You have freshman lawmakers there as well. What were some of the challenges that you all face with this budget?
You know, I think just like you said, my role being a little different, and the new council members being on board this year, I think my colleagues in the leadership team did a fantastic job with communicating with everyone. I think that communication is always the key, especially during this. Negotiations are going on, so keeping people abreast of what's taking place each and every day while you're negotiating with the administration. That while that's the largest challenge, I think that the leadership team did a great job.
Are there better resources for police and fire?
Yeah, well, you know, one of the big things that we had to pay for this year was a new police contract, and that's quite a price tag came along with that. So that's a reason we had to try and bring in some new revenues to be able to pay for that. But over the course of the past couple of years, you know, I've been sounding the alarm on public works, police, fire, and the equipment they need to be able to provide the services. And over the course of the past few years, I really think that through our operating budget, our capital budget, we've been able to bring a bunch of new equipment online to help them.
Could we see a tax increase next year again?
You know, we're in a scenario right now where I think we have a major revenue issue with the city of Buffalo. I think we need to not just maybe collect on revenues we aren't internally, but I think we need assistance from our different levels of government as we move forward. So I would never say that's not a possibility. It's certainly something that would have to be on the table in order to make sure that we're providing services. At the end of the day, that's what we have to do. Police has to show up when you call them, fire, public works has to pick up your garbage. So we have to be able to pay for those services, and anyone that goes to the grocery store realizes that the cost of everything is continuing to increase, and that's no different with us, whether it's equipment, gasoline, other services. Those costs continue to increase, unfortunately, and so we have to be able to pay for them.
And we'll have to see what this year holds for us all in the city of Buffalo. Christopher Scanlon, president of the Buffalo Common Council, we want to thank you so much for coming on the 5:30 today.
Thanks.